It has been the case in the scenario, when during this pandemic, most of the teachers have to prepare their own worksheet and do conduct interactive classes also, depending upon school to school. It is very nice to see this time that we have teachers coming from all across the world, not only from India. You can see someone joining from Philippines, someone joining from Bangladesh, from Mauritius, from Nigeria. Thank you for joining this webinar. Let me introduce myself. I'm not a principal or a career teacher, but I have been into the education administration for the last almost 18 years. With going around in multiple countries. Why we thought to conduct this webinar was mainly with the fact that when we realized in our previous webinars, when the teachers from across the world were joining, they were having a lot of queries on how to conduct online classes. Because fine, we can discuss about the teaching pedagogy, we can discuss about what we have to keep in mind in terms of child psychology, what we have to keep in mind in terms of remote learning and teaching. But the usage of technology was always a great concern with most of the teachers when they were discussing with us. So we thought, why not to discuss about the technology itself myself, because we have been effectively using this technology for quite some time. And thankfully in my house also, I can find that I'm having 4 users using Google Classroom with multiple whiteboards. So it was really a thought came to our mind that let's discuss about using Google Classroom and Jamboard. Most of you, if you are from the school setup, a lot of you would already be using Google Classroom as a teacher. Or if you're not from a school setup, or if you're just into a private teaching also, or if your school is not using Google Classroom, in that case also, I'll just try to take you through how we can use Google Classroom for definitely conducting our classes, giving out assignments, marking them. And the most important thing which we all are looking forward this time is mainly about how can we have interactive sessions. This webinar is an interactive session, but if you look into in the webinar, I cannot use a whiteboard unless I put a whiteboard in the back and I start writing something, and then it's going to be beamed by the camera. But is that the way to teach, or is that an effective way to teach, I should say? So we'll look into those things exactly, that how we can have interactive classroom by using online whiteboards, where Jamboard is one of the type of the online whiteboard which comes along with Google. So we'll discuss on that point. Plus, how can we have audio visual classroom also, because most of you are struggling between Skype, Zoom, and other tools which are coming up nowadays. How we can all collectively use only Google tools, mainly Google Classroom with Google Jamboard and Google Meet. So these 3 tools we'll try to use together to conduct the classes, and you will see it is really so interactive that most of the students are going to like it up. And though we all know that it's very difficult to hold your students together when you are in a virtual classroom session, but if you are making it interactive, and if they are really using a phone or a tablet which is having a touch screen, it becomes much more easier for them, and they will love to be in a part of your class also. So we'll start first with Google Classroom, then we'll take it from there. I hope all of you are logged into your Gmail. If you are using a Gmail, if you're using a laptop and a browser, you can open up, you can log into your Gmail. Or if you're using a phone to attend this webinar, you can just download Google Classroom app and Jamboard app. If you want to connect with Meet also, then you can download Meet also. Then there are 3 apps you'll have to download. If you're using laptop, then there's no problem. Just sign into your Google account, and from there we can open up those apps. I'll start sharing my screen, then we can go ahead with that. So, Google Classroom is mainly a very good interactive way of how you can do classroom management, grade management, as well as how you can give out classwork. It is just equal to having a physical classes, where you can have a physical class, you can arrange them into different grades, different section, And if you have multiple room numbers, you can arrange them as per room numbers. You can add in students to it. You can have topics which you can have a discussion over it. You can give out assignment. You can conduct classes. You can set up a due date. You can always have a score grade, and all those grades can be compared. So a lot of those things which you have been doing physically into your class, you can do by using Google Classroom also. I'm sure most of you, a few of you may be already using Google Classroom. We'll just brush up Google Classroom, then we'll go to Jamboard from here. So once you create, I think, so this is a video. This is just a simple screen of Google Classroom. How you get once you log in. How are you going to get a Google Classroom? I'll just take you through exactly. Let's say if you have signed in to Gmail. Let's say this is your Gmail. If you have signed in to your Gmail, go to these apps. These are Google apps. You know, once you click on this Google apps, you will find there a lot of apps here, such as YouTube, Play Store, News, Gmail, Meet, Contact, Drive, a lot of apps here. So you just need to select Classroom from here. You will see Jamboard also here, right? So you just need to select Classroom from here. If you select Classroom from here, it will open up a separate window for you. This is the Google Classroom. Okay, in this Google Classroom, I have already created a class, but I'll explain you first how to create a class and how we can add students to the class. Okay, so let's say if you want to create a class, imagine, you know, let's say if you are taking a private tuition also, or if you're a teacher of any school also, you can just create up a class and you can add students to it. But just make sure that all those students must be having a Gmail account. Otherwise, you'll not be able to do that. Okay, so you can create a class, or you can join to an existing class from here by clicking on this plus. Once you click on this plus, you will go for create a class. Just accept the terms and conditions what Google is saying it to you. Now you can give the name of a class. Let's say I'm going to create a class grade 9. Let's say I'm going to create a class for grade 9 section A. I'm going to create a class for mathematics. There are certain predefined subjects which we can select from there. And from a classroom, let's say I'm talking about room number 201. You can go and create it from here. Your class will be created. Once your class is created, then you can add up students to it. So yeah, fine. So now your class is created. Let's say if you have a logo of your school, or if you want to use certain logo in terms of a mathematics or something like that, maybe you can select a theme, or you can upload a photo so that you can change the logo from here also. Okay, it depends upon what is the kind of a taste you are having in that way. And if you want to invite any of your students to join the class, this is the class code, you know, where you can just copy this class code and you can share it to them through any means so that they can join this particular class. You know, as I told you, you can join the class if you can add up a class, or you can create up a class from here. Okay, as you did that. So now once you have created a class, the next thing what you need to do, okay, see, if you look at it, this Google Classroom has been divided into stream, classwork, people, and grade. Stream are the set of the messages which you send and receive to all the set of students which we are sending into a particular class. Okay, now you can schedule up an announcement here for all the set of students. So we'll go there first. We'll go there further. Before that, let me add up a student to it. So go to people. In the people, you can add up student. Let's say if you want to add more teachers to this particular class, let's say if you have 2 teachers taking maths combined, so you can add up one more teacher or multiple teachers by clicking on this plus, and just enter the Gmail address of that particular teacher whom you want to add them as a teacher. Only that teacher must have Google Classroom account. So they must be having a Gmail account so that they can add from there. Okay. Now let's try to add students to it. If I want to add students, I'll just click here. I'll type the name of the students whom I want to add. Let's say I want to add Maybe in a chat screen, if you can just send me few messages in terms of your email address so that I can add you as a student so that we can be more interactive from there. I would need few email addresses to be added as a student. Okay, fine. So I got few. Let's say Meena Sinha has sent me her email address. Let me add. So I'll just copy. I will type it here. It's Meena S Sinha at gmail.com. M-A-S. Okay. So I got Nina as Sinha. I have sent an invite. So now I have Abhishek. Let me add that also. Okay. 140680 at gmail.com. Okay. Gmail.com. That's correct. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm sending an invite to both of you to be added as a student. Now, if you may have already received an invite, if you can just accept it, then you'll be here as a student added to this particular class. Okay, let it go. I have already added grade 7 class here. In grade 7, I have already added few students. Okay, so I think few of you have already joined this class. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to send a message to all my students. Let's say I have to send a message to all my students that today at 7 o'clock Indian time, we are going to have a revision session. Okay, so I'll say, dear students, we will have a revision session today on math at 19:00 p.m. IST. Please ensure to attend to get your 10 marks. Regards. Let's say I'm talking, you are your grade lead. So I'll say grade lead. Okay, so I'll say 19 hours. Okay, so I can just post or I can schedule a post. Let's say, when do you want to send this message to go? If you want to schedule a post, you can schedule a post. Otherwise, you can just send the post now itself so that it can reach every student who has been added to this class. Okay, so you may have all received this message in your stream. Let's say if you have already started your Google Classroom, in your stream, you may have already received this message. Okay, now how can I, let's say once I've added a student, after adding a student, I want to, let's say, give an assignment to the student. Okay, so I can go to classwork. Now under classwork, I can create topics and I can add multiple assignment, quiz, or materials within that topic. Or I can just go directly and create an assignment. So what all we can create in a Google Classroom, we can click on create. You have assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, and reuse post. There are some of the posts you want to repost it. Some of the messages you want to repost it, you can do it from here. Let's say I want to create an assignment with a due date and a marks with all the students have to submit, right? So I'll say assignment. Once I go, now what is the title of the assignment? Well, I'm saying exactly, okay, I'm saying revision of place value. Why I wrote this exactly? Because I have already prepared an assignment which I want to just submit it to all of the revision of place value for 6 digits. Okay. Yes. Now, if you want to give it any instruction, you can give it an instruction. Dear students, please download the assignment and fill in the correct answer and turn it in before the due date. Okay, so it's a grade lead. So you want to say it's a grade lead. Now you want to create an assignment or you want to add up a file. Let's say you already have worksheets. I'm sure most of you must be already using worksheets in your classes. So if you already have a worksheet, I can upload it from there, here from my computer. Or if I want to create an assignment, I can create also from here, creating by using Google document. I'll go to that also. Let's say I already have a worksheet. I'll go to file. I'll just click on select file. I'll upload some of the assignment which I have already, the whole number, long division. That's too much for now. Let's see. Okay, modified. Okay. So now I'm uploading it. So this assignment is uploaded. Now it can go to all the students. You want to give a copy of this assignment to each and every student so that when they turn back, then say when they submit back to you, you also have a copy of that with you. So make a copy of each. Then one, you want to send it to all the students or you want to send it to only specific student. You can select from here. Let's say I want to send it to all the students of this grade 7A. And the total marks for the assignment is 100. And the due date, let's say if I'm talking about due date, is going to be 19. Till what time? Let's say if I'm talking about till midnight 19. Okay. Now, if you want to give it any rubric, that means if you want to give any notes to it, you can give. Otherwise, you can just assign now, or you can schedule depending upon when you want to give. Okay. Or you want to you want to make some changes to it. You want to just save as a draft and come back and assign it. You can save it as a draft and come back and assign it. So I'll just assign it now. So once I have assigned it, yeah. So once I have assigned it, so I will see, you will see that I'm having here is due tomorrow, revision of place value 6-digit, right? So this is a class work. Now you being as a student, you would have already received this. Now, how are you going to turn it back to me? You have to download it, add the correct answer, upload it back, that you can do. Or if you are using a phone or a touchscreen device, you can even write the answers by using your finger also, and you can turn it back depending upon how you want to turn it back. If any one of you can open the assignment, if you have received, and turn it back to me, then I can show you how we can do the correction and I can submit the grade back to you. You will find this in the class work already. Let's see if you have already joined there as a student. So please check on your class work. Within class work, you will find this revision of place value 6-digit. You can just click on it, view the assignment, and you can turn it back to me. You can submit it back to me. Once you submit it back to me, I can see who has submitted and who has not submitted. Okay. If I want to view the assignment, I can just view the assignment. So I have given it to 12. None of them have submitted back to me. Maybe any one of you can submit back to me. I can show you. Prashant, Abhishek, I think these are all our guys. Any one of can submit. Okay. Okay. One has turned in. So let's say who Shyamala has. Yeah. Okay. You have turned it in. So now I can see this. Okay. So once you have submitted this, if I'm using a phone device, see, I'm not using a touch screen now. If I'm using a phone device, I can just use and I can comment here itself. You know, I can just tick on the screen itself whether it is right or wrong. Okay. I can give a grade. Let's say I'm giving 100 out of 100. Though it's blank, it's a different thing. Then I can post a private comment to this student. Okay. The private comment to this student can be good work. Do try to mention the steps also in your submission. Let's say, and just Don't take me seriously, I'm just trying to give you some private comment. Okay, so now I can just post this and I can return it back. I can return this submission. Okay, that means I can give my comment back to the student. Okay, so I've returned it back. So you will find that you may have already received this comment. Right now, once I go to my grades, you will see that my class average, that means for my grade 7 class, I can find that what is the grade of my student. Let's see. Syamla is 100 out of 100. Okay. So it's so simple, I don't need a separate Excel sheet. I don't need a separate note paper, a note or a paper and a pen. I can just submit it back and I'll get it. So I'll get my class average. So I can use it from there. Okay. Now, once you are sending the comment, so your comment is visible even without returning it back also, because comment is basically a private comment is a one-to-one communication between the student and a teacher, right? Okay, so I think Raga Chandrika has also submitted one of the place value of 6. So, but this is as I'll come to this. They are all quiz which I have submitted, which you can see. Okay. So coming back to my classwork, what else we can do? This is one assignment where you can upload an assignment or a worksheet, and you can let the student properly solve it and send it back to you. Once they send it back to you, you can grade it and give it back to the student. Okay, this is one way of doing a communication between the student. Second way is around that you want to conduct an online test itself or an online examination itself, whereas student will be able to definitely attempt certain multiple choice question. That also we can do. I've already created it. Maybe few of you may have already seen that. No, this is just a quiz which I created. Just want to both of you, all of you have to have a look. See, there is just a quiz which is a 6 digits place value. I'm asking for the answer. What is the answer exactly? So you can submit back the answer. So similar kind of a form we can create with multiple choice questions. So let's create a form so that all of us can understand that how we work on this form also. Okay. So what I will do, I'll click on create and click on quiz assignment. Because you want to conduct a quiz. You want to send a submission using a quiz format. So quiz assignment can be created by using Google Form. It's a very interesting thing, Google Form, where you can just send it to all your students, let them go and click the right answer or type the right answer. Even you can have short paragraph and long paragraph also and give it back to you. So let's say I'm talking about revision quiz to long division. Addition, something like that, Dear students, please select the most read answers from the options for this quiz. Okay, so grade lead, whatever. Now you can just create this. Is automatically you'll be having a blank quiz here. Otherwise, you can click on create and click on form. But generally, Google will give you an automatic blank quiz. So click on this blank quiz. Now you can give the name of the file. This is just like your Microsoft Office. Just give the name of a class revision to, let's say, 18/05/2020. Okay. Now, what is the name of this quiz? I'm talking about addition quiz May 3rd week. Something like that. Okay. If you want to give any description, you can give any description. Otherwise, now there are multiple options in which you can have your questions written here. If I'm talking about, if you want to have it to check boxes, check boxes are the ones where you can have more than one correct answer. You want to go for a drop down list. That means once you click on it, you'll give 4 to 5 options where to select the right answer, or multiple choice. Let me go for a multiple choice exactly. Okay. Each other, let's say like this. Okay. Now what are the answer? Let's say yes. If I'm saying no. Okay, these are answer. Okay. Now you want to add up an answer key to it. You can add up an answer key. Even saying parallel lines intersect each other. No, we don't intersect each other. What points I'm going to give? I will give 10 points. Let's say. Okay. Now I'll just save it up. Done. That means I've given the answer key also. Now it will be automatically grade the student one after the other. You just need to give a one-time effort you're going to do. Okay. Okay. So if you want to add another question to it, I'll just add another question to it by clicking on this plus sign here. I can add another question. Let's say I'm talking about right. Points. Let's say I'm saying yes, no, or something like don't know. None of the above. Okay, now I'll just give the answer key. The answer key is simple, have minimum 2 points. Yes, this is correct. I'm talking about 10 points. Okay, then I'm done. So now this is done. I've created a quiz with 2 questions only. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'll just close it because it's automatically saved. You don't need to save it from anywhere. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign this to the student, but before that I need to define the point. So the point is that only 20 points, because I had only 2 questions, 10 marks each. The due date, let's say I'm talking about due date is only today 18, and I'm talking about time, that is 11:59 p.m. I'm going to just assign it. It's assigned to all the students. So you can turn it back to me. You can take the quiz, you can turn it back to me, and I will be automatically having the grades with me at my end for those things. Okay. So it's so easy. You can work around this. So this is about your classroom, how you're using the classroom. There are a lot of things also in the classroom which you can keep on using it. But now let's focus back into the Jamboard, that how the Jamboard works exactly. Now, why do we need a Jamboard? See, here it is a one-way communication you are having, or asynchronous communication you are having. Okay. And if few of you are having, I can just take 1 or 2 more questions, 1 or 2 questions only before I go to Jamboard. Rosario Alfonso, hi, maybe you can unmute yourself and you can just you can tell me your question exactly. I can assist you in that. Okay, so if it is none, let's go to Jamboard. How Jamboard works exactly? See, there's an asynchronous form of communication. Asynchronous. Jay Kothari, fine. Jay, if you want to
yes,
have,
sir.
Please.
Yes, sir. How to unenroll classroom?
How to unenroll? That means how to delete a classroom. You're saying?
Yes. I am the main teacher and I am not co-teacher. So how do I can remove classroom?
You want to remove the classroom, that means from your own Google login, right?
Yes.
That you can do it exactly. You can unenroll. You can go to settings and you can check on that. If you want to remove your classrooms, you can remove the classroom from the settings also. If you want to do that.
Sir, can I know where is exactly that option?
If you want to disable it, you can disable it. That's one. If you want to, that means if you don't want anyone else to join this classroom. Okay.
Yes.
But if you want to come out of the classroom, you can come out of the classroom also. Just a second. I'll just come to that.
Sir, I tried. But there are no option like to delete the classroom, I think.
Just you can come out of the classroom. That is possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. Okay, Jay, what I will do exactly, let me give me a few minutes of time. I'll get back to you on that. Okay.
Okay, no problem, sir.
There's no problem to that.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go to Jamboard. As I was saying, that Jamboard is basically more of Jamboard is an interactive session. Interactive session in the sense that as of now we are doing asynchronous communication. In the form of asynchronous communication, you are sending up a message to your students and then they are reverting it back to you. So it's an asynchronous communication. But if you want both of you to interact to each other, you can use Jamboard, which is equal to a classroom. It's just like a classroom what you are having. So what you need to do, just go to this apps. Within the app, you can have Jamboard here, right? This Jamboard is a kind of a whiteboard. So you can just tap on this Jamboard. If you are using phone, just make sure that you download the Jamboard app, because phone will not have this in your Google login. So you have to use it in the Jamboard app. Okay, you can, Jay, for deleting a classroom, so what you need to do, just need to click on sign in on an account. Now, without archive, it will not work. You will have to archive. Okay, Jay, for deleting a classroom, first you'll have to make sure that all your classrooms are archived. If the classrooms are not archived, you'll not be able to do that. I'll take you to that also. I have the steps for that. We can take it up from there. Okay, let's go to Jamboard. So once you have created a Jamboard, now this is a Jamboard what you have. Now you can Jamboard, you can create a board by tapping on this new jam here. Once you click on this new jam, okay, now this is your Jamboard. This is just a kind of a whiteboard which you can use to teach your students mainly. Let's say I want to conduct a class today on lines. Okay, so it is very easy for me to conduct a class today on lines. I'm going to have a sticky note here. I place a sticky note here that, okay, this is a lines. We want to discuss about our lines on it. Okay. Now, how do I ensure that all my students are seeing the same board just like a classroom, so that they know what they have to do? What I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to share this board to my classes. How I'm going to share this board to my classes? Mainly, I'll just copy the link from here. What I did exactly, I'll go to share. I'll copy this link. Once I copy this link, I'll go to my classroom. As I went to my classroom, I'll go to grade 7, where I have my maximum of my students. Then I'll say, students, please join my jam. Okay, and I'll copy the link here. So now all of you can just tap on the link and you can come to the same jam where I am. Okay, now this is my jam exactly. Now I can use this board to teach whatever I want to teach exactly. Okay, now the next challenge which most of the teachers are facing are mainly that how are we going to have a video session while we are using a classroom and a jam, because not everyone will be using up, not everyone is going to use up Zoom. In that case, you can have Google Meet also using, you can try using Google Meet. It's very easy. Just go to your apps here. You'll find Google Meet here. Okay, and you can start a meeting where you can ask all your students to join this meeting by sharing this meeting ID with everyone. Okay. So if you want to present, you can start presenting from here. I'm already using a camera, so it will not come exactly. If I stop using the camera, it can come. So I can have an interactive session by using an audio video combined, okay, along with my students and a whiteboard also. Just I need to copy this link to my class and I'll ask them to come and join my video session also. So they will all come and join my video session here completely. Okay. So we will go to the Jamboard. So this is my jam. Now I think if you have already clicked on it, then you will get this jam. In this jam, I can use any of this pen to, let's say if we are using a phone or a tab, it is the best way where you can teach them by drawing. Let's say if you are teaching them about alphabet, let's say if you have a elementary school students, exactly, you can teach them about how to write a anything. It's just like a paintbrush for you, where you can only talk about exactly discussing on the topics here itself. You can discuss with them also. Okay, that's a thought. I'm not going to teach any ABC here, but this is how mainly I'm using my laptop with my scroll pad. That's why if I'm using a stylus with a pen, it's very easy for me to just go to my screen and start drawing it from there, and you can start teaching it from there. Okay. Or if you want to add any image to it, let's say if you already have any image to it, you can add any image from here. Or if you have already added an image and you want to point to it and teach, you can just point to it and teach by saying, see, student, this is A, how you want to write A, this is B, how you want to write B. So this jam is already shared and all of you are able to see this jam. Now we can use, once you are done with your teaching, then even you can save this by downloading this as a PDF, downloading this frame as an image. You can just save it up completely. Okay, you can name this jam also, so that next time when you are joining, you can just call this jam and you can just open up this jam and you can use it. So this goes more like an interactive whiteboard for you and your student. Even you can allow your students to write also on the same jam if they're using it up. This is a very basic version of the whiteboard which is available along with Google. Okay, now there are multiple advanced version also, you can use it up. Exactly, let's say we are using certain software which are known as AWW app also. Their basic version of the whiteboards also, advanced version of the whiteboards also you can use, where you can have your file uploaded here and you start interacting. But since it is a Google product and easy for you to use, it is very effectively you can use it from here. Let's say you want to pass up any message to any students, I can just pass up any, I can have a sticky note here. I can upload. Let me just upload. I can search something. It's a Google search. Let's say I can search, I can insert an image and I can discuss about it. Okay, yeah. So I have an image, I can discuss about it completely along with my students. I can give them a live demonstration exactly that how is a parallel line, how does a parallel line work, why it is not intersecting. Those all discussions we can have it up exactly, because if you want to do a demonstration, I would always advise that if you are using up a demonstration in a whiteboard, you must be using your phone to do that along with Google Meet, or you should go and check on your stylus and a pen and work on with that exactly. Okay, so this is about your Jamboard, how you can use it up. And if you want to use Google Meet along with it, you can use Google Meet also along with it. I hope any one of you, if you are able to join this, the Jamboard, or not able to join this, you can just inform me so that I see.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you in middle. I just wanted to know, sir, the three of the things, can we use it together? The Jamboard as well as the video?
Yes, yes.
But how is it possible? Exactly. The video will be running, right? So that time, how can we write it like?
See, video is running, video is running only in a small window. You can always put that window in the side and you can start interacting with your thing. This is not a screen share option. Let's keep that in mind. You have what I'm using in Zoom now is a screen share option, right? That means I have shared my screen and I'm giving it to you. I've asked you to check on that. Okay, but this is an interactive board where you can ask your students also to interact over it.
Okay.
Okay.
So like they will be seeing it. They will be seeing that thing, right?
Yes, yes. They'll be seeing this live. Whatever you are teaching this, they'll be seeing this. Okay.
Okay.
So we don't need to use Zoom separately. If you have a Google product, and thankfully now in this current scenario of pandemic, Google has already given this thing free of cost, at least till September. So till September, you have all the rights to use it up. And let's say if you are from a school and if your school has not subscribed to Google for Education, if they subscribe, then all these tools free of cost, depending upon how your school is interacting with Google.
Okay, how do we subscribe to the Google? Like we have a separate
Yes, you can just write to Google, maybe just write to
Okay.
Google for the Google India and write to them that you
Okay.
want to subscribe for Google for Education exactly.
Okay.
For now, it is free. We have created a new Google account today, Gmail account. Okay, just for this demonstration, and we are able to use it up. These are all the features which are available in Jamboard.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, so I have a question. So probably like we can start our Google Classroom with the Google Meet, and in between we need to send the notifications through email for using the Jamboard, or this thing to the.
No need to send any email exactly, ma'am. Let's say if you want to send only to your class, then you can just pass on. Let's say this is a stream, right, in Google Classroom.
Yes, sir.
So in a stream, I just posted a comment that please click on this link to go to my Jam.
Okay. So basically, if I'm starting my class with the meeting, Google Meet, then how will I go? Like then, if I want them to join my classroom and all, I need to send the links.
Yes, even in Google Meet, also you have an option to send text message, right?
Okay. And so one more thing which we are practically facing a problem, like during the Google Meet, if we try to share the YouTube videos and all, it is not audible to the participants.
Just check on, I may see if you are able to share the system sound, you know, there must be an option of sharing computer audio.
Okay, sir.
If you are enabling sharing computer audio, then it will be audible there.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll definitely try that.
Yeah. The best way, see, we have been using, I'll tell you, you know, my kids are also going to class, so they have been using this classroom and all Jamboard and everything together. And it becomes very easy. Plus, we are doing a lot of interactive sessions with the kids in US and Australia also for online tutoring. So we have been using Jamboard, but we use some other tools also, which are far more advanced than Jamboard. You know, Jamboard is having limited capabilities exactly. So you
I know, sir.
Yeah, but there are a lot of advanced tools which is having very high-end capabilities where you can have integrated chat support as well as file sharing support, everything.
So can you name few?
I can open one for you, but not to confuse the others.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'll just open one for you. See, this is AWW app. This is one of the most advanced whiteboard software which is available now. Okay, so you can see, you know, I can chat. Let's see if I'm inviting anyone, I can chat with that person from here. I can just share. So this is my chat option window here. I can chat. Okay, apart from that, I can upload any file, PDF, PPT, image from here. Okay, let's see, you want to upload anything. Okay, I'm using a free account. That's why if you're using a premium account, you can upload from here and then the file will come here and you can use that for teaching.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then you can invite n number of students to come and join this and everyone can interact on the same board to teach. That is very much possible. Apart from this, you can create saves. Then you have a text. Let's say you want to add up a text. You want to add up a text, you can do here.
Okay.
Okay, something like that, you know. You can just add up a text and you can let them take it. So you can conduct this kind of a poll. There are a lot of things which are there. You know, you can explore into it. We have been exploring this for quite some time and it is really, really interactive.
Oh, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I think if you have any further questions.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I am Abu Saleh. I'm from Tamil Nadu.
Yes, sir.
I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
How can we monitor the students? They are in proactive while handling online classes.
Yes, please. See, it's very, very difficult exactly, you know, because most of you we are facing that same problem, isn't it? That how are we going to monitor the student? Because definitely
they are proactive in online classes.
You'll not be able to monitor them exactly unless you are having an interactive session. If you have an interactive session, then within the interactive session, you can check on that.
Yes,
Otherwise,
sir.
you'll not be able to do that.
Able more than 70 or 80 students is there. It is not possible to simultaneously to interact everyone. We
Yeah.
have to interact only few numbers. Another one more question, sir, please. That is, hello.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yes. How to teach through online classes for science students, especially computer science, home science, or biological science?
See, there are a lot of whiteboards which allows you to go for scientific teaching also using simulation.
Yeah.
That means you have, let's say if you're talking about grade 7 or 8 science, let's say biology or physics or chemistry, there are a lot of simulation based exercises which are available there in a whiteboard. You can check, you can use that for teaching also, for simulation. Okay. That is quite possible.
Sir,
Yeah, but definitely, I like to complete the answer. But definitely, students' control over online education is not there. You cannot just put your hand inside the laptop and you can ask them to not to talk. That is not possible. Okay.
Right, sir. Right. Thank you.
sir,
Yes, please.
can you say any website to scientific board?
Simulation, I have some list. I'll check on that exactly. Maybe I'll post in the chat there.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of simulation based websites which can use mathematical as well as scientific whiteboards also are there. They
Yes,
may be
okay.
paid or they may be free also, depending upon, because when we were doing some research, we also came to know about that.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you, sir.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Coming back to Jamboard,
Yeah.
I've been trying to play around while you were discussing here.
Okay.
Can you, now if I have something, your audio is on, things on the screen, on the whiteboard, and later I want to adjust the writing and pictures and whatever else I have up there.
Okay.
Can I redesign it? Because I'm trying to go back and edit, I'm unable to do that.
I understand that your concern completely. See, these are some of the limitations of Jamboard which are there.
I see. Okay.
Because in Jamboard, you will not be able to go back and edit on it. But there are some advanced whiteboards which are available. Let's say that I talk about this AWM app exactly.
Yeah.
Each and everything which you are doing on a board is an individual object. Can be gone, which you can go back and you can edit on it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
There is some of the limitation of the Jamboard. Yes, but you can recover your jam back. You know, let's say if you already have a jam, you have saved this jam exactly.
Oh, we can save it.
Yes, you can save it and then you can pull it back exactly.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That is quite possible.
So how do we go and save our screen?
You just need to save it here exactly. And I'm saying grade 7, 18/05/2020. Okay. Now this jam is saved for me. If I want to, if I'm closing this also, I'm going and opening a jam again. I'll be having my jams here.
Okay.
Okay, I can just open the jam from here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So that's quite possible. These are good things for the whiteboard exactly. You can add up frames also. There's only one frame here. I want to add up a frame. I can add up a new frame.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then I
I
can
managed
have
adding up,
yes.
but yeah. Okay. Editing was my concern. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
You know, you will have to understand that Google is giving something free of cost, but definitely they'll not give you each and everything which is there available.
True. Very true.
As a thing, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Hello. Yeah, I can take, let's say 2 or 3 more questions exactly.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, please. How may I help you?
Hello, sir. Is there audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one more question. Google Glass, how differ from Microsoft Teams? It has any special feature?
Yeah, Microsoft Paint you cannot share.
No, not Microsoft Paint. I tell about how the Google Glass differ from Microsoft Teams.
Paint. Yeah. See, Google Classroom, if you look into, I've not compared, but I can send you the features of the Google Classroom. In a Google Classroom, the most important thing is that within one signing, you have your email, you have your other apps, such as you can use Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slide, Google Form, everything together. Okay. And
Yes.
if you have seen this, when we were doing this class work, we have used Google Slide, we have used Google Form, as well as Google Doc also. So any of these things you can use it from there. So this is one of the good thing in Google Classroom. Second thing is that you have analytics. This is the very basic version of the analytics which we have done here, where you're having the Google scores here. But you can have pictorial analytics also available in Google Classroom, where certain apps are there which you can check on that also. Okay, so those are the some of the features which are there, and definitely Google has worked a lot. Now, if you look into, I think almost 40 to 50% of the market of the entire online space have been taken by Google.
Yes. I have used both Microsoft Teams as well as Google Classroom.
Yes.
Google Classroom is easy to access, but I feel more facilities are available in Microsoft Teams. So that I'm asking to clarify.
I understand. I understand.
Yes,
actually, Microsoft Ping, I have not used it exactly, but I know in Microsoft Ping you don't have the same feature as of this docs. Docs and all those things are not there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think there was a question from Jay regarding archive and removing the classes, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just
please enlighten me.
Yeah. I was checking into this. Because that thing, until unless we archive, it will not work. So we need to archive it first.
Yes. Sir, archive option is in 3 dots.
No, if you are looking into this exactly, then only it can work.
Okay.
I'm also trying to check on the archive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you look into more archive. Okay, so you can delete from here the classes, what you have.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I also
now I
learned
can
from you.
Yes, okay. Now I can delete it.
Yeah, you can delete it from there. I must thank my wife exactly. She's using Google Classroom. So
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for that. Okay. If you have any further questions, I can take the last question before we wrap up the sessions, please.
Just one clarification.
Yeah.
So I know I've understood this, right? If I'm using Jam, I can use Jam as a PowerPoint, right?
Yes.
Very so true. I can pre-prepare, and then since I can add pages to it, I can pre-prepare and use it as a PowerPoint.
Yes, you can use it as a PowerPoint. Very true.
Okay.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Second thing is that maybe if you have you tried Google Docs a lot? In Google, there's a lot of things which are known as Google Slide also.
Okay.
Where you can also even add audio to it. Let's say if you want to have a Google presentation, you want to add up audio to it. You can your own voiceover. You can add up audio to it also, and you can use that further also. Not in Jam, but as a PPT presentation with your own audio if you want to narrate something to a class.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. I have missed the beginning 5 minutes. You are not audible. So how do I go to create the class? Where do I go to the site?
It's very simple. Let me go to the classes first. I can just go to plus sign here. Okay, I can create a class. Okay. And then just let's accept the terms and conditions, write the class name. Okay, let's say grade 10 and section C, subject, let's say English, and room, let's say 30. Room is an optional thing, you create it. So now your class is created. Okay, once your class is created, then you have to add student to it by people and then add. Okay.
Yeah. I got it from there.
Okay. Thanks a lot, all of you, for all your time. Thank you for being with me. It has been really interactive. So we'll be open for questions. Exactly. If you have any questions, we are open for that. There's a feedback which we like all of you to fill. If any of our hosts can please initiate the feedback also. Please fill in the feedback so that it will help us to improve upon better also. And the next session, we can talk more on either technology or teaching pedagogy or learning style, anything, depending upon the topic responses what you're getting from there. Thanks a lot, and be safe. Though the lockdown in most of the places are getting over, but please still it's very, very important for all of us to be safe. Thank you, and have a nice day ahead. Thanks a lot for all of you.